Hey Gemini, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for October 28th, 2024. This is for Gemini. Last shuffle for Gemini here. Gemini, we have Milestone and we have Angels of the Four Directions. So, the milestone here is that you may have attained a level of peace that you have not had before. Um, some of you may be into meditation now, or meditation in general. Some of you may be more so, you finally reached a point where you're able to see why you may be, see why your emotions may be all over the place in so many ways. You're trying to you're able to see something differently now. You're able to see all sides of things. It seems like you've upgraded, elevated to a place, especially as you meditate. Meditation may be quite important. We have the Knight of Swords over this whole reading. So there's something about you finally seeing a way to restore balance in your life. There's something about you needing to say some things to yourself. And it's important to know that slow progress is still progress, right? That you're doing the best that you can, kind of energy. And you were doing the best that you could, right? And you're becoming a better person, or a better version of yourself every day, right? And you don't have to prove yourself to anyone. That's another aspect of things. You've reached a milestone where you're just like, I'm getting away. My life is getting better, right? There's a lot of ambition in this. With the Knight of Swords over the whole reading, this tells me that you may be more open and receptive to the abundant flow of prosperity that the universe offers. Like, all your needs and desires are met before you even ask, and it's important to say those types of things to yourself, like to understand that about your life and to say it. Okay, you have to, right? Because whenever the Knight of Swords comes out for me, this tells me that your words they're going to take flight or have ambition behind them. There's an ambitious energy around surrounding your words, which means that they are ready to work like as soon as you say them. So it's important to say things like, you don't have to. I don't have to prove myself to anyone, right? I am open and receptive to the abundant flow of prosperity that the universe offers. All my needs and desires are met before I even ask, right? And that slow progress is still progress. I am doing the best that I can, and I'm also becoming a better version of myself every day. Like, you can observe and see that you're getting better. Life is getting better for you. Things are moving and improving. They're also showing that it's out of your hands. As soon as you say the words, they're leaving, and it's out of your hands now. It's kind of like it's above me now when you tell me, well, it's above me now. I'm sorry. Buddha may be important to you. You may be Buddhist, or uh, observing Buddhist practices. You may be meditating so much more now, or thinking of it, or inadvertently doing this, inadvertently um, participating in something that is Buddhist in nature. The person you may be dealing with, or the people that you may be dealing with, are Buddhist. Who knows, right? With this saying, I'm saying who knows because they're throwing it out here very strongly for me. They're also saying, and the person could be of Asian descent. It could be any of that, right? Um, but the milestone is that now you're able to see that things are getting better, that all those resentments or regrets or anything like that, you're able to leave them in the past because things are getting better. It would have eventually led to this point in the first place, that you would be able to get over or move past resentment, sadness, and whatever it is, because things would get better. So if things are getting better, then there's nothing to worry about. Angels of the Four Directions is the Hanged Man and King of Wands. So this would tell me that um, your angels are assisting you and seeing things differently, letting you see or trying to help you understand that you've always been in control. You may have felt like things were out of your control, but you've always been in control, even if as the words escape your lips and they're ambitious and they're taking wind and they're taking flight and they're already working and sewing things up for you. You still had control over those words. You had control over something, and the angels want you to see that you are leading this, that you may have been the author of your story the whole time, and you may have felt like, no, things keep happening to me, and they're like, well, you know what, we want you to understand something. You run this, you run your own life. Not to say that you don't know that, right? But that's just what they're throwing out here. Hidden motivations is the King of Cups and strength. And so with the hidden motivations, this is talking about an intention, and that says that you're leading with your heart, that you're focusing on happiness right now. It's something that you may not be that confident in, right? With strength, it's like you realize that that is the only way to make it through life, is to lead with your heart always. Lead with the love first. Be guided by love, right? That is number one, first and foremost. But it's something that you may not be that confident in because you may have dealt with or experienced a lot of sadness, a lot of baggage, a lot of repeating cycles, right? Going back through the same old. So a lot of you may be not so confident in leading with your heart and saying, you know what, I think I'm going to hold back or step back and watch first before I open up and give anyone anything from me. And so they're throwing out here that your intention needs to be leading from that space, from the love, from the heart anyway, which is difficult to do. The conflict with the Page of Pentacles and Ace of Swords is the truth. The conflict is the truth. The conflict is in the details and the things that you're finding out. That's the conflict. You may have found out some stuff that is heartbreaking, very sad, disappointing. You may have found out something about a breakup or after a breakup that is like, wow, really? Really? So the conflict would be in that. The conflict would be like, well, you know what? Now that you know, although you know this stuff and it's like, the details are crazy, but it's almost as though spirit's trying to throw out here that you may have intuitively had an instinct or may have known something that led you to have the assumption in the first place, or led you to the facts that you're finding out, and that within that, um, it's like the milestone is that it's baggage. You already know. There's no point in regretting anything. There's no point in resenting anything. Throw it all in that bag and throw it overboard, because your life is going to get better, or it is getting better right now. And you have to say these things to yourself about how you need, like with the King of Cups and strength, that you are open and receptive to the abundant flow of prosperity that the universe offers. All my needs and desires are met before I even ask. You got to say these things, right? Understanding that you don't need anyone's approval for anything. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. And although things were slow, although you may have been held up by your emotions or sadness, that slow progress is still progress, that you're doing the best that you can. And you need to keep saying to yourself, I'm becoming a better version of myself every day. Like, it's something that you've got to repeat as a mantra, right? Every single day, because Spirit's trying to show you that you are in control. That this is you. This is your thing. This is your day, your life. You run this. You're in control of your destiny. Not to say that you weren't, or that you were treating your life as though you weren't, but that's what I've got here. Okay, you've got Capricorn, Leo, Pisces main signs. Otherwise, all the signs are here. Okay, so if you're not dealing, well, they're definitely in your chart because they're all here. But if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.